We did the home dedication a week and a half ago. We always do our home dedications when the families have had a chance to move in, so that the volunteers who worked on the home can come and see the finished home and see what the family's done with it. And they painted the bedrooms and the kids' stuff is all there, and it really makes you feel like you actually did build somebody an actual home, because you see them living in their home. So it's a very exciting event. We're just finishing a fourplex in northwest Calgary, so the families will be moving in at the end of this month, so that's also very exciting. We're also southern Alberta, so we finished a build in Medicine Hat this year, and we will be building 24 units in Pine Ridge, which is this way, starting next year, so that's going to be one of our bigger builds for a while. We have another fourplex we're going to be working on in northeast Calgary. We have land that we're working on in Olds and land in High River as well, so we're going to have a busy couple of years. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about 2013 and the floods. Excuse me, and what happened as a result of the floods. So we had 10 homes in Medicine Hat that were all significantly damaged in the floods. They had 5 feet of sewage water in the basement. So we were mucking out for quite a while after that, and the families have now all been back in their homes, and things are going okay. But what happened in southern Alberta with the flooding is that people were incredibly generous, and they donated huge amounts of money to flood support. So the Red Cross raised $42 million, the Calgary Foundation raised $15 million, and I think Salvation Army raised about $5 million. And so we started a renewal program, we call it, so it's a rebuilding program. So we're helping families that are not Habitat partner families, but these are just families whose homes were damaged by the floods and they don't have the money or the capacity to fix their homes. So you can appreciate how hard it is to find even a contractor after a flood of the size that we had. I mean, there just isn't enough people to do the work. And a lot of people didn't have insurance, or their insurance didn't cover it, or their insurance didn't cover enough, and so people were left short. And so we've been going in and helping in High River, in Bragg Creek, and in Calgary. We've got about 20 projects that we've worked on so far, and we will continue for probably about 2 years with 2 full-time construction crews just doing that. So that's in addition to our regular construction. But as a result of the floods, we actually got hit pretty hard with our fund development because people redirected their money to flood support. So we had to slow down this project. Excuse me. I never make it through a single speech. Anyways, you can probably appreciate when you have your family's all ready to go, and then you have to tell them that we have to slow it down because we don't have enough money to finish their houses. Sorry.
Hey, somebody give her a hug. Everybody give her a hug. Where's the doctor? The doctor's there. Stay there.
I heard what kind of doctor. Anyways, apologies. So it is so very important that you are here today to help us with this project, because this means so much to us. And as I said, we have 3 very special guests here today. We have 3 families to speak with you. So I'm going to start by introducing Gannat, who's here, who is one of the homes that you are working on today. So she's one of our new partner families, and she's going to say a few words.
Nice to see you all. I am very happy. I'm struggling not to cry because I didn't know I have this much family. I notice I am immigrant here, but I am alone here. But today I have seen so many passionate hearts. So thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Gannat. I am from Ethiopia. My family moved here for better opportunity. When we come, we're very excited to come in Canada. After we came here, you know, life is very tough for us. We don't know the society, we don't know the language, we don't know anything, no information. So we are in the middle of the ocean. So we have 2 children. We don't have a good job, so we have to pay like 70 or 75% of our earning to house rent. So no with his children. In Calgary, life is very expensive to pay house rent, to send the children to school, a lot of things. So one day, my husband, he met one lady from his work, and she explained about Habitat for Humanity, and we are very happy because we never heard that kind of information. So we always just searching. No one tell us there is this kind of resource. Just we are struggling with by ourselves. So finally, that lady she explained for us, and we gather papers, and we are pray every day, and we apply for the house. And then the process was very smooth, and we have been wait like 3 months, and we notify we are selected. Joy comes to our life. My house is there. We are not yet start living here, but we start with living with hope. Our life is changed since we learn about our chance to own the house. So we are very grateful. We work our 500 hours quick, and then we still living like we have something here. At least we have ground for our kids. You guys, you have a big heart. I would like to say thank you. You have a good heart. May God bless you. Because you don't change single family life, you change generation life. You change my life, and my children will grow in this house, and then they will be donors, they will be volunteers like you. So I am very grateful for Habitat visionaries, for Habitat donors and staffs. I am very grateful. Thank you so much.
Explain a little bit about the Habitat model, just so you're clear on how it works. So people often ask me, how do you choose your families? It's a very difficult process. As you can appreciate, there's so many people in need, but there's 3 basic criteria. The first one is they're living in substandard housing of some form. As Gannett mentioned, 70–80% of their money is going towards rent, or they're living in a place with mold, or it's unsafe. So substandard housing. The second one is one of the adults in the family has to be working, because we actually sell the homes to the families. So we sell them at fair market value, but Habitat keeps the mortgage on the houses. And so we are not a traditional bank, and so we can go outside the rules that banks have to follow. So it's a 0% interest mortgage and 0 down payment, and that's how it's affordable. And we adjust the mortgage payment so they're never more than 30% of their gross income, so that immediately gives them money to invest in their children and their children's future. And the third, as Gannett mentioned, is they have to do 500 volunteer hours, so they actually help build their homes. And Gannett's been building her home and helping us in the restore. And there's a couple reasons for that. One is it teaches them all kinds of amazing skills. When you've helped build your home, you know how to look after your home. And it also gives a pride of ownership and allows them to meet the very people like you who have helped them get into home ownership. So that's part of it. Second guest I'd like to introduce is Abu. Abu is part of a project that we did with Paul Brandt, the Build It Forward project. And Abu, you've been in your home for 4 years now?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Abu, and I represent my family. So myself, my wife, and our 5 kids that are at home right now. Yeah, I thought they could come over as well, but I was told that kids are not allowed on a build site, so I had to stay. But yeah, I'm very happy for this opportunity to just tell a little bit about ourselves. Because like our Habitat story, like I would summarize it in 2 words. It's a miracle and happiness. So miracle because it's made such a huge change in our life. Like Leslie said, we've been in our house in our beautiful, the best house in the world for the past 3 years since we moved in. And prior to that, yeah, it took some time for us to work on other houses and put in our sweat equity, which was great because we could give back to families are like ours was really great. Like the feeling is just that, yeah, you can't describe how special it is, because you're feeling grateful that you receive a hand up, that you're part of this amazing project, which again I call a miracle. A miracle, everyday miracle, because it's just, you know, in this very harsh world that we live in, where everything, you know, is money, where like there's price to everything. There is goodwill still present in huge amounts, that people are willing to help other people. And so when I was working at that for other families, then yeah, it's a great feeling. And then, like Leslie said, you learn new skills. Like past month, I completely redone the stairs in our house, because the ones we had, they were well, they needed fixing or replacing. But like most of my life, I worked in front of a computer, and I was surprised I could do that. And it's a great feeling of achievement. Like I look at them now. Honestly, I had to redo them 3 times. But finally, I got the hang of it, like how to use the saw, how to use everything. So, but yeah, they came out great. So, but again, I had the confidence to do it, and it's just like it's different. It's completely different, because you're a homeowner. You feel you're like in charge of your life, for yourself or your family, and there is hope. There's some kind of certain amount of certainty, and a big change. Yeah, because before it was really cramped up space, like rental, you know, not enough room, and then again, yeah, you work hard. And you know, my wife is elementary school teacher by profession, but of course she's a stay-at-home mom, and so it's, you know, just myself working, and just working hard. And it's just, no matter how much you work, it just feels that, you know, getting your own house is a dream that can never be fulfilled. But just because of that we became part of Habitat, it became a reality. So this miracle happened in our life, and as a result, there's so much more happiness for ourselves, and most importantly for our kids. Because when we look at them, how, like even yesterday I was looking how they're playing in the backyard, this nice big fenced backyard that Habitat built for us too, and so much laughter and playing. So it's just I don't know, some things that you cannot measure in money. Like, yes, it's a great program that, yeah, allows us to afford a house, and, you know, to save, to have a part of the budget of money, you know, to spend on kids. But still, it's more things that cannot be described in, you know, and counted in money. It's just, again, it's happiness. That's what it is. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today.
We have a third speaker. Shabu is going to join us, and Shabu's actually been a long-time homeowner, 10 years, and so he's going to talk a little bit from the perspective of someone who's been in his home for that long.
I had to make notes because I know I won't make it through. Awesome. Thank you for being here, first of all, being a volunteer. I've been in Canada for about 20 years. About 10 years ago, I had never wanted to live in Canada to begin with. I came to do my school and go back home, work with mom and dad, and but I ended up here. So didn't plan to live in Canada. So it's living itself is difficult at times, but if you don't have a plan, that makes it worse. And about 10 years ago, we had a volunteer come to our house, and well, my wife applied for Habitat, and thank God for her, because I had no clue that I even need a house to live in Canada, because I wasn't prepared at all. And then she applied, and 2 volunteers came to our house. Still to this date, you know, I work with people pretty much all my life here. I'm really good at recognizing people's face. Until to this date, I don't remember these people's faces. And they came to our house, and I remember doing a graveyard shift, and they were at our house at 9 o'clock in the morning. And they told us, you deserve to have a home. And what do you say? And I'm like, no, I don't, because there's a lot of other people need help. I worked with people like every community services and nonprofit. That's kind of my background. And no, these volunteers they were persistent. They said, no, you need to have a home. And that was the beginning. And we got a phone call on a Christmas morning, and we had a family partner, volunteer. And the family partners are they're amazing. They're incredible people. I remember Wendy Campbell, she gave us a call, and she said, you want to know the best news on a Christmas morning? And she said, you have a home, and you get to have a house. And everything started to change, because sometimes, I know a lot of you are here, you like to give, but you don't know what it's like to receive. And that was me. And I never really cared to receive a lot. But that was a true blessing and a lesson for us to learn, because she taught us, if you have more, you can give more. And so it was just it was a turning point in our lives. And there are so many things I can say. Like she said, you do change the generations to come, because our children learn what to give big. Not just a few dollars or going to volunteer, but you're giving out a house. I mean, how much more the generations to come that they will learn to give. And for us, that was a huge lesson. So many things happened in 10 years. We thank God for it first. And we have amazing neighbors. Some of them are Habitat homeowners as well. Our yard, Mike, we didn't do the yard this year because we have so many kids playing in our yard. Our grass is all dead. And my wife said maybe we should revive it. There's no use to reviving it, because there's soccer, badminton, basketball. It happens 24/7. And but we are blessed with, it's amazing, Leslie, that the whole neighborhood kids come to our house. And so my wife said, why don't we make a little community thing? And then she started with our next door neighbor, what do you call it? A community neighborhood dessert party. So they do it once a year. It's just an incredible event. And last year we had just an incredible amount of people. And so we kind of bring the community together just to, and share. And the kids get fed all the time in my house. So they always love being there in our house. And so that's one other thing. And, I always helped people, working with people. I always wanted to know how the systems work in this country, because it's not easy. If you don't know how everything works, you don't know what to do. And how do you make money, or what do you do with that? Because of Alberta gave us a chance that I don't have to make a big mortgage payments. I'm able to learn about how everything works, and came across some great people, the volunteers. Now I have the ability to help people with their own finances and their own lives, and what can they do. That's one of gone on to do. Neighborhood stuff. We love having families. So if we find any new families come in the neighborhood, and my wife's passion is to somehow invite them and somehow greet them and work with them. Family partners, it just gave us a little vision for our children.